Hi, everybody. Come through, come through, come through. Everybody, let those notifications go out. I know I just went live. I only see one person in the chat. Nebby, how are you, love? Let me make sure I share this with everybody because we have some very news in the development in the case of Liam Payne. Hold up, y'all. Now, let me share this with everybody. We are live now. Get in here because this will not be a very long live. An article just dropped, I want to say about an hour and a half ago, and we have to talk about it. And let me let the people of the Discord know that we are here. Hey, Miss Janie's. Hey, everybody. Come through, guys. I'm letting those notifications go out because I won't be live for too long. I got to tend to other things. Everyone, we live now. Come in here. Come on through. We are live now, per usual. You know, we've been following this Liam Payne case very closely, as well as other channels. Shout out to them. We live now, but you guys know that I have boots on the ground, keeping people like trying to understand what is going on, what's the latest, what is up. So an article drops like an hour and a half ago, okay? And it's an article from Infobay, all right? Now, get this, right? While Brian Baez, who's one of the accusers, is out partying it up, okay? He has 24 hours to show up to basically turn himself in, him and Ezequiel Pereira, the other dealer. Let's get into this article. This is from Infobay, just dropped about an hour and 30. So let's do this. Liam Payne's death. 5 defendants were prosecuted and 2 were remanded in custody. Brian Baez and Ezequiel Pereira are remanded in custody. Thank you so much, Tinkle Tits. Love you, love. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I see you. So we had to break this because this is huge news, okay? This is huge news. So again, this is a different judicial system. We're talking about Argentina, different way of doing things. So the judge Bernard gave Brian Baez, Ezequiel Pereira, who are wanted for arrest, 24 business hours to appear in court. Businessman Rogelio Nores was charged with manslaughter, as were the manager and the person in charge of the hotel where the musician died. So Esteban Grassi and Griselda Martin, the 2 other people, which I thought they were going to be charging more folks, but literally this is what we have so far. Okay, so Brian Baez has 24 hours. Ezequiel Pereira has 24 hours. They have 24 hours. Now, here's the deal. The courts in the U.S. typically don't work on the weekends. So I was a little surprised when I heard this news. So I said, well, when did the judge make this order? When did this happen? But I guess it happened during the week. I'm not really sure. In the last few hours, the Justice Department has prosecuted 5 defendants for the death of Liam Payne. Now, I was under the impression that we weren't even going to hear about this until like February. There wasn't going to be any updates, but look at this. In the last few hours, the Justice Department has prosecuted 5 defendants for the death of Liam Payne, the former One Direction singer who died October 16th. Okay. So let's get into it. And this is a source that basically told Infobay. The decision was made by the Criminal Correctional Court number 34, headed by Judge Laura Bernard, who ordered preventative detention. So preventative detention is kind of like someone being remanded, somebody being held. And so what they said is they're going to give you 24 hours to turn yourself in. Okay, that's the preventative part, or else we're going to come after you. Brian Baez and Ezequiel Pereira have 24 hours to turn themselves in, or they're going to come after them. That's what it's looking like. Give me one sec, y'all. I got somebody at my door. One sec. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, y'all. So, yes, it's very interesting. Let me keep going. Okay. So they're 24 hours. Large. Laura Bernard, who ordered preventative detention for the 2 of the defendants and summons them to appear at court within 24 business hours, according to sources consulted by this newspaper. The property of the former waiter Brian Paez, 24, and the employee of the hotel where Ezequiel, whoa, there's a typo there. That were seized for 5 million pesos. Give me one sec. Let me see if it's not making sense. The property of the former waiter and the employee of the hotel where the singer died were seized for 5 million pesos. Okay. Meanwhile, the businessman Roger Norris, was charged with the crime of negligent homicide, but without an arrest warrant, although he was, embarked for 50 million pesos and was prohibited from leaving the country. There's some translation issues here, but let me see if I can read it in Spanish so I can understand. Embargo. Okay. Here it is. Se trata del ex camarero Brian Páez, de 24 años, y el empleado del hotel donde falleció el cantante, Ezequiel Pereira. So Ezequiel and Brian are required basically to appear in court, and they have 24 hours to do so. La jueza, Judge Bernard, has also processed Gilda Martin, la gerente del hotel que estaba presente el día de la muerte de Payne. So Gilda Martin, the hotel person, the head, the manager, she is also has been prosecuted in this as well. And you know, this is going to be huge for them as well. Esteban Graci is another one. They are also charged as it comes to this. She's charged with manslaughter, and they seized her property for the same amount as Norris. So they seized property, and there's like an amount that they put when they seized the property. 50 million pesos for Roger Norris, and he's prohibited to leave the country, which I believe that I'm trying to figure this out if it's like a bond or if it's like actual seizing. Here it says we're seized for 5 million pesos with Ezequiel and Brian. So 5 million pesos for Ezequiel and Brian, and then 50 million pesos for Roger Norris. Okay. And they are prohibited to leave the country, as well as Esteban Graci and Gilda Martin. All right. The two of them. So Brian Paez, who met the deceased singer, he was a waiter at the restaurant in Puerto Madero neighborhood. Okay, so there's that. We kind of know essentially they have enough evidence to say that these individuals were supplying narcotics to Liam Payne, and then there was a payment. Okay. And again, they're still investigating based on this article. The chats between Paez and Payne were the key to accusations against the waiter who was fired from Puerto Madero restaurant where he worked after being accused of the singer's death. 1 sec, y'all. I got a cough. 1 sec. So here we have it. All right. Basically, in order for them to be like they don't want to go out and arrest them. The judge wants to give them a chance to present themselves so that they can essentially turn themselves in. That is what we have going on at this moment right now. And I mean, it looks like based on what's been reported is that they feel like he was targeted, which I would agree. I would agree. Yes, and I would probably say that there's probably more information out there that's not being publicized about this that we just aren't privy to quite yet. But I think that this is huge news. We went from y'all, it's very quiet, maybe it's the holidays, we don't know, to suddenly they got to present themselves within 24 business hours. Now, Rogelio Norris isn't one of them. I'm trying to figure out why. Why is it that Rogelio Norris doesn't have to present himself within 24 hours? I don't get it. He should also be part of this. I'm not really sure. I don't know if it's like a lawyer thing. I don't know. But Brian Paez and the other dealer have to present themselves, and they got 24 hours to do so. And I mean, wow, 24 business hours. 24 business hours. Gilda Martin is the woman who is the head of Casa Sur. So she's one. And then there's Esteban Graci, the man that called 911. And if you guys remember, there were those pictures of them kind of manhandling Liam Payne. Yeah, I mean, they were pictured in the backgrounds and holding arms and legs and stuff. She was there too. I mean, this is like horrible. They should have just called 911. Or emergency services. Like, this is just so crazy how all of this went down. I don't know. How come only Liam was targeted and not Niall, as he was also in Argentina? If it was money oriented, I don't know. That's a great question. I really don't know. What do you think this is about? But this is 24 hours. Like, oh my God. So I don't know where y'all are at in the world, but this is Sunday for me. It is Sunday afternoon. So they got 24 hours from when this article dropped, I'm assuming. That could be just about anywhere. They probably have to present themselves. If they don't present themselves, they're going to go after them and arrest them. That's what it sounds like. They will be remanded, no matter how many lawyers or what or anything. So if Brian Paez has information, he should probably squeal it and be truthful and honest about it. Now, the crazy part is that Brian Paez doesn't give a shit because he was partying it up yesterday. And of course, he's got pictures. Let me show y'all what this is. This is literally 13 hours ago. He is partying it up with, that's what he's doing. He doesn't give a shit. Crazy, huh? Crazy how that works. I mean, let me know. Okay, let me do some shout outs. Dee, thank you. And Jill, thank you for gifting. Tinkle Tits, thank you again. Hold up, y'all. Let me put some hearts in the chat. One sec, y'all. Thank you. Share this. This is like amazing news on a Sunday. Like, I couldn't contain it. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I mean, hopefully this means justice. It's Sunday evening for you, Donna. It's a Sunday. It's a Sunday, and this is justice. I mean, we're getting there, y'all. And this is what I want to know, Posh. What about Roger? Why isn't Roger having to present himself? Where's Roger? Where's Rogelio Nores? How come he doesn't have to present himself? What's going on? Because literally, this has been a bit of a shit show. Does money talk? Like, what is going on? And this is the source for those that are wondering. I mean, where's Roger? Let me know. Right. Brian can party in jail. Wimmy, thank you so much for gifting. Hold up, y'all. Thank you, y'all. Thank you, Wim. Shout out to Wim. Okay, so hi Rabbit. Wow, this is great news. Hopefully we get justice for Liam. I would agree. Hopefully this is like we're getting there. I honestly felt a bit like defeated yesterday when I did my video because I felt like, damn, like what is going on? Somebody was telling me, they probably won't find out until like maybe early February, late January, but it's good news, y'all. This is amazing news. And hopefully there'll be more amazing news coming from this. We need to, keep reporting. How come TMZ is not reporting this? TMZ, how come you're not reporting this? You interviewed all these people. And my question is, where is Roger Norris? Why isn't he having to present himself within 24 hours? Huh? How does that work? And so I'm going to shout out to Julia, shout out to Eugenia, shout out to everybody that's been helping me. I'm going to do a shorter video about this, but I wanted to break this news to you guys so you guys can share it. And I mean, let everybody know what is going on. Roger the Dodger's doing too much. Yeah, right? Like, TMZ, why are you so quiet? Thank you, manager. Where is Kate's testimony? Did she already give it? What's going on there? I can't take credit for that. I think that was Harsh Reality who came up with Roger the Dodger. But yeah, that's a good one. They're all going down. TMZ is going to get caught in the lies they have told. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's a lawyer thing, but the judge literally said, and for those that are coming through that are just getting here, okay, InfoBay just reported this. Liam Payne's death, 5 defendants were prosecuted and 2 were remanded in custody. While Brian is doing interviews with America TV, what's another network? Telef Noticias, YouTubers, and answering questions for fans. acting like he's got information but doesn't have information, and then he can lie to the people. Well, this shit kind of caught up to everybody at this point. Brian has been remanded in custody. Now, they gave him like 24 hours to turn him, 24 business hours to turn himself in. Him and the other individual by the name of Ezequiel Pereira, they have 24 hours to turn themselves in, or they're going to go after and look for them. Now, I'm kind of wondering about that fancy schmancy attorney that was sitting there that probably took Brian cases as a pro bono because he wanted to get his name out there. Are you going to be defending this as well? Like, what's going on? Your man has been basically asked, you had 24 hours. 24 hours, or else we're picking you up. Now, here's the deal, okay? I want to know, and this is the part that I don't understand, is why isn't Rogelio Norris part of the 24 hours? Businessman Rogelio Norris was charged with manslaughter, as were the manager and the person in charge of the hotel where the musician died. Okay, so Gilda Martin is the hotel manager, and Esteban Grassi was the head in charge of security. Them two people are also charged, but they're not expected to turn themselves in 24 hours. Keep that in mind. So maybe once they did their testimony, reconstruction of the crime scene, they said, okay, clearly these two need to turn themselves in, and then they might go for the other guys. Okay, who knows? It's weird to me how the process is working, but this is a different judicial system, different way of doing things. We don't know what is up with this, okay? I could show you. I'm going to put the link of the article in the description box. I'll put it in the chat so you guys can check it out, okay? Okay, wrong button. So, oh yeah, all of them. All of them. I mean, Susie Q, I can't, the people that honestly, like Julia, y'all drop some hearts for Julia and Eugenia, who have been keeping me on my feet about this, because I wouldn't be able to keep I wouldn't know everything that's going on. So I've had to, really rely on them to help me with information. So shout out to them. So in the last few hours, for those that are coming in, the Justice Department has prosecuted 5 defendants for the death of Liam Payne, the former One Direction singer. Okay. Now, this is a source that basically told InfoBay about the updates of the court. The decision was made by the Criminal and Correctional Court number 34, okay, headed by Judge Laura Bernard, who ordered preventative detention for 2 of the defendants and summons them to appear at the court within 24 business hours, according to sources consulted by this newspaper. Okay, so they have to appear in 24 hours. LB, thank you so much for the 199 love. The property of the former waiter, 24, and the employee, the property, there's like a mistranslation here. So property was seized, okay, from both of these individuals. Right now, we don't know anything about Rogelio Norris having to be detained or having a 24-hour present yourself situation. I'm pretty sure that attorneys are trying to figure out how to get out of that. Gilda Martin is another person, and Esteban Grassi, who at some point maybe we'll get an update about, but we will see. So that being said, it's 2 of them being remanded. Roger's not one of them. Roger, Gilda, and Esteban are not remanded. Just Brian and Ezequiel. Okay, right now it's just 5. All right, 5 of them are being accused. 2 of them have been remanded. 3 of them we're still waiting for. I hope that Beck, let me know if that makes sense. We're just trying to get to the truth, love. That's all we want. Roger can probably got paid to cover it up, and now he's getting paid to get a deal. Something's weird about this case, y'all. Okay, and you are so right, Frank. Like, there's probably things we will never know. There's probably things we will never understand whatsoever. Period. It's just, it is what it is. Thank you, Pinche Becky. We're getting there. Thank you. Hopefully we'll celebrate at 80. Monday in New Zealand. Thank you. We'll let you know what the outcome is, Annie. Okay. Shout out to all of us for keeping this in the news and never keeping quiet. Long way to go. We'll get justice. We'll get there. We just got to share the news how it is, y'all. Like, thank you. Share the news. Share the news, and hopefully it gets bigger and people are sharing. Now, like I said, Brian Paez is partying it up. He doesn't have a care in the world. This was a video or a picture 13 hours ago. Okay, I don't know if y'all have noticed that. I thought he was off of social media, like people were defending him and saying, "Well, he's not on social media anymore." Are you sure? Cuz that's him on social media. I thought he was off of social media. Are you sure he's off of social media? Cuz that's him. Thank you. Kim. Shout out to Jill. Kim's like, Rabbit is undoing what the fixers did great work as usual. Let me tell you, we are undoing the fixers of this situation. You think we're going to let people get away with this? And I'm not the only one. By the way, shout out to the fan base on Twitter who has been like, really doing the most. Y'all don't even know the half of it when it comes to that fan base. They are amazing. You guys are amazing. Please note that if it wasn't for you guys, we probably wouldn't even be getting the info that we're getting. We are the unfixers. If Jill's watching, shout out to Jill. Liam Payne knew too much about certain things. He knew too much. I hope 2025 is the year we get to see a huge shift in Hollywood and the way things are run behind the scenes. That's right. Ooh, I need merch. Rabbit the Unfixer. I swear. I swear. Gia, can you tell him that? Listen, sir. You lost your job. You're embroiled in a murder case, and you're very active on social media. And then you are what? You are what? Trying to fix the narrative here, doing social media, doing the most. Thank you. Jill just gifted a membership. Shout out to Jill, yo. Y'all drop some hearts in the chat for Jill if you've been blessed. Thank you, thank you. Nurse Janice says she's catching up. Shout out to Nurse Janice. Well, I hope that this brings good news because honestly, I was feeling, hey, Last Ronin, I was feeling a little sad yesterday because I said, I don't want the people to think that I've forgotten, but there's just so much like news in between has been like very like what is going on and we need to know what is happening. Okay? And I mean this is fantastic news. So I guess if he's remanded, if he's taken to jail, Brian won't be on social media. I mean, y'all don't, there won't be a worry about him doing the most, lying, saying that, there was something intimate when he knew people were going to suspect something weird about that. Saying that, what else did he say? That he was offered the Rolex watch. Yeah. Yeah, he said that too. Let's not forget that, okay? Like this is why I have no pity for any of the people that are involved. For all I know, he could very well be, connected to other individuals. He is a drug dealer, okay? Can we like keep that in mind? I have no empathy for Brian Baez or anybody else. He's a drug dealer, okay? He supplied. He supplied. Yes, Nanette, that's what he said. That's what he said. So I wanted to put this out here. Okay. Guys, let me know what you guys think. I have to go to Baby Bunny. And let me say this, okay? We will not be done. We will not give up. We will continue to deliver the news. I don't care how many privacy strikes. Let me look at the damn camera because this is what gets to me. You can file as many privacy strikes as you want or complaints or whatever it is to try to silence me. Let me tell you, that's fine. Do you, boo. Oh, I know how to stay within the confines of the community guidelines. I do a pretty good job about that, but we will continue to expose what very much seems like a huge cover up, what things have been very evident for me. I don't know what it is, y'all. I don't know what it is, but we will definitely be talking about this, okay, and exposing it regardless, okay? Manager, thank you for the $4.99. We run big risks for doing that, but we're gonna keep doing it because the truth is the truth. I will see you guys later. Hit the like button, share it, okay? Yeah, Frank, I believe it. I believe it. Believe it or not, I believe it. Okay, it's been happening. Anytime we talk about these issues, people are always messing with the stream or reporting it. Trust me. And Mana Joe, thank you for the $4.99. And the best way y'all can help is by sharing and hitting the like button. Okay, I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.